Right, so you just decided to take action on your new project, a new job, and the minute you do, the old enemy leans over your shoulder and whispers,
"What if this doesn't work?"
sounds familiar, right? Ever thought you'd love to learn the guitar or start a new job? And before you even get your hands dirty, your lizard brain starts saying, this is a huge mistake and you are definitely going to suck at this. Today we're talking about overcoming those fears that hold us back and stop us from achieving our potential. I'm going to dive into the 4 specific fears that I know from experience are the most common obstacles to living a purposeful life. It's crazy how often fear can creep in and stop us from pursuing our goals. These emotions can be so powerful that they prevent us from taking action and living the life we truly want. And worst of all, it can lead to regret. Regret for not taking the chance, not speaking up, or not pursuing that dream. And regret is a horrible feeling that never goes away. You can't shake regret and you can't outrun fear. And so the only way to deal with it is to acknowledge it, know that it's not going anywhere, make a plan for overcoming it, and then do what it is that you are going to do anyway. In many cases, fear is the only thing holding us back. It's the voice in your head that says, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not talented enough. But what if we could quiet that voice? Piss off. And tap into our inner strength and resilience. To overcome these fears, we have to understand the 4 main fears and how they become obstacles. So let's dive into what these fears look like in daily life, how they manifest, and most importantly, how we can confront them. So the first fear to talk about is the fear of failure, the fear we all know and have felt before. This fear can be paralyzing, stopping us from taking risks and pursuing our dreams. It's the fear of failure that stopped me from starting my own business for over 2 decades. It's the fear of failure that stops you from taking that art class or pursuing that job as a radio DJ. But what if we reframe failure as an opportunity to learn and grow? I know, that's way easier said than done. In the moment, if you don't have a plan or a process to follow, then the lizard brain takes over and you really struggle to get away from that fear. So the best time to put in place some actions about your fear of failure is well before it ever happens. You want to set up a process you'll go through when you feel the emotions bubbling up and allow yourself the time to second guess the fear, put it in context and then overcome it. I have a process I've built and I always pull out when faced with fear of failure, which goes like this. Stop, breathe 4 deep breaths, ask myself the question, what am I scared of? And then follow that up with, what's the worst that can happen if I do take action? This instantly forces me to be objective about the fear I'm feeling. Sure, it doesn't go away, but now I have forced the calculating part of my brain, the frontal cortex, to consider the outcomes. And now I take the action knowing if failure does occur, that I know what the outcomes will be and what next looks like. The one quote that sticks in my mind on this fear is from Wayne Gretzky, the Hall of Famer ice hockey superstar. He said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? And if you don't take action, you're not just avoiding failure, you're accepting it before you even start. And unless you try, potentially fail, and then try again, then you won't learn and you won't build skills and those war wounds that'll help you win in the future. Fear of failure is an enemy, but it's not going anywhere. So build yourself a process for dealing with it and then take the action in any case. The second fear is the fear of what others might think. Now this I know oh too well. I've spent far too much time listening to what other people think, where they think I should go, how they think I should perform, and what they think I should do to succeed. None of this led me to be happy and content. All it did was push me to work myself into the ground, full of fatigue and the resentment that all I seemed to be doing was fulfilling other people's requests and musings on what they thought I should be doing. The fear of what other people might think can be crippling, causing us to hide our true selves and conform to those strange societal norms. But what if we stopped caring about what others think and started living without giving a damn? All of a sudden the shackles come off. You set your own direction, drop your own plans, and walk your own path. The third fear is the strangest, the fear of success. This fear can be pretty sneaky, causing us to sabotage our own efforts and settle for mediocrity. It can lead to imposter syndrome, where you feel like you don't deserve your achievements and fearing that others will eventually see that you're a fraud. Fear of backlash, where you worry about other people's reactions, jealousy, criticism, which can lead to real social and relationship problems. You start setting low goals for yourself, setting minimal goals to avoid the pressure and expectation that comes from high achievers. And so you end up with increased anxiety about the responsibilities and the visibility that success might bring. And you may end up feeling socially isolated, feeling like you're leaving behind your friends and being judged by others, and that can lead you to social withdrawal. So how do you overcome the fear of success? Well, do some self-reflection, understand and acknowledge your fear, reflect on past experiences and identify those patterns that suggest you're self-sabotaging. Set realistic goals, break down your goals into smaller, more manageable tasks. That makes success far easier to accomplish and far less overwhelming. And challenge those negative thoughts. Replace those negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Focus on your strengths and your past successes. And ultimately, if you need it, seek some support. Find a mentor, a coach, a therapist who can provide guidance and help you stay accountable for your own actions. And embrace imperfection. Accept that perfection is not a great goal. It's unattainable. Be happy with the 80-20 and get on with life. Take action imperfectly. The fourth fear is the fear of change. This fear can be overwhelming, causing us to cling on to the status quo and resist growth. But you gotta see change as an opportunity for transformation and renewal. I have spent my life dreaming about helping people through an avenue like YouTube, being my own boss and only following my own path and direction. But the combo of the fear of change and the massive fear of failure always held me back. What do I actually know about helping people? What if I can't handle being my own boss? What if change is a mistake? And what if people ridicule me and make fun of my attempts to help people? And what if the change takes me backwards instead of forwards and I'm a failure? This is just it. They're all fears that won't go away. Our reptile brains are designed to make us doubt moving off our spot in fear of putting us in harm's way or stifling our personal security. But that piece of our brain is lying to us, because even if we don't succeed the first time, we will learn and grow, and it almost certainly ensures our success in the future. I have a mate who used to be terrified of public speaking. She had a dream of becoming a motivational speaker, but her fear of failure and rejection held her back for years until she decided to face her fears head on and started taking small steps toward her goal. Started speaking in front of small groups, then gradually worked her way up to larger audiences. And today she's confident at speaking, she's an inspiring speaker, and she's making an impact on people's lives every time she stands up and talks. Examples like this illustrate the powerful transformation that's possible when we confront our fears and let go of what's holding us back. Those fears won't disappear, but with them under control, they no longer have the power to stop you. And knowing that fear isn't going anywhere, do you want to know how to turn the failures into successes? Then watch this video, and as a bonus, if you fear what others think and say, well, consider them energy sucks, energy vampires, and watch this video on how to deal with assholes who actually have no bearing on your success. Enjoy the journey.